Welcome to The Naomi Show.
Hi there, I'm Naomi Robson, and today we're tackling the rather delicate subject of what to do if you suspect your partner is cheating. And I'm joined by psychologist John Aiken to talk about it. John, this is obviously clearly a big issue in relationships.
Absolutely, and the people that go through this uncertainty and this fear and this worry about maybe my partner's cheating here, it consumes them.
Yeah.
You know, because essentially the trust that you've had in the relationship is really being threatened now by various behaviours, actions, sometimes words that are coming up from your partner that are making you think we're in trouble.
It often starts, and I've spoken to people who've been in this situation, friends of mine, and they said it just started with a nagging feeling. That they just felt something was wrong. They couldn't quite identify what it was.
Yeah, and generally when people say to me, I think my partner might be having an affair, generally that intuition is spot on.
Yeah.
And it's hard to pinpoint why, but there will be things that don't add up.
Yeah.
And that the person is now thinking, I'm concerned that they're drifting away from me rather than coming towards me like has been in the past.
Yeah. I mean, they also say, you know, about women who people sort of look at them and say, oh, surely they must have known he was cheating. How could she not have known? Generally, people do know, don't they? To a certain extent, their intuition does set off some alarm bells.
Yeah, it starts to ring alarm bells. And then what often happens, and I'll hear clients talk to me about this, is that they start keeping a journal. They'll make note of behaviours that are different, or they're not where they should be. They might be taking the cell phone into the toilet or the bathroom, and that's an odd...
Which is bizarre.
Yeah, or suddenly there's a new password on the computer that wasn't there before, and they can't access the emails. So they start journaling this type of behaviour. But the real problem, of course, comes in the fact that they just live inside their head, and they're just consumed with this uncertainty that their relationship may be falling apart.
Yeah. Now, there are certain signs that are warning signs that your partner may be cheating.
Yeah.
What are some of those?
Well, I think, firstly, large-scale changes in behaviour. So it might be that they, you know, sometimes get incredibly fit and they haven't ever been into fitness.
Pay more attention to their appearance.
Correct. Well, they're starting to do some weird and strange and sometimes wonderful stuff sexually in the bedroom, but you're thinking, you know, I've been together 10 years, where's this coming from? You know, it could be that they're spending a lot of time working late and they didn't used to do that, or they're just the way they are. They could be very short with you. They might start putting you down in public, or, you know, just talking down to you and doing things and saying things that just simply don't add up to their normal character.
Yeah.
And then they start to become quite secretive and evasive, another key sign. That when you try and pin them down on where you were, what you were doing at that particular time, you're not getting straight answers.
It's really frightening though, isn't it, for someone in that situation, when you see some of those signs cropping up. What can people do?
Well,
I think
what you've got to do is you've got to be sure about, firstly, the evidence, you know, because you may be wrong, and if you bring that up and you're totally off track, you know, then you know you're basically challenging the trust in the relationship. So what I would say to people is, you know, have a look and try and see what is the evidence we're talking about here. Is it hard evidence? Is it tangible? And what is it? You know, have they changed the passwords? Are they being evasive, taking the phone to the toilet, those sorts of things? Or, you know, are they being flirtatious with someone in a way which is unacceptable? And then if that evidence is there, then you do need to bring it up, because essentially if you don't, it just eats away at you and the relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for instance, in changes in behaviour, it's certainly something you can reflect back to your partner and say, look, I've noticed, without blaming or saying, look, I think you're cheating, or saying I'm suspecting you could at least bring it up and say, look, I've noticed this change is there, and it could be because something's gone wrong at work, or something else has happened in their life that they may be embarrassed about, for instance.
Yep, and so and that's a really good point. So you bring it up and you're saying, here's the evidence here. So it might be, you know, I've noticed that you're spending a lot longer at work, and that you know, you seem to be very protective of your cell phone now, and I'm wondering, has anything changed? Is there anything going on here? Is everything all right with you? So you're sort of trying to get on side with them as a companion and say, you know, tell me what's going on.
Well, there's also a difference between emotional and physical cheating. And in our next episode, John will join us to tell us what the difference is and what we should be doing about it.
Your love life, let's talk about it at naomishow.com.